Hey, last video of the day. Especially this gonna be my last knife video for a while, and I figured I'd go ahead and knock out cheap versus expensive knives. What I would consider expensive. Your mileage may vary. So, what do you get for your money? Okay, we'll start off with the infamous, better way of putting it, Tom Brown tracker knife by Tops. It's an actual Tom Brown tracker. See if I can get in. You can see the logo right there where it's almost wore off. This knife had a lot of height behind it. It weighs almost 2 pounds. I got this about 4 years ago from a tax return. It's good. I can't say anything bad about it, but I can't say anything good about it. It's like it tries to be a multi-tool survival instrument, but it's not great at everything. Can you beat a car windshield with it? Yeah. Can you pry open a door with it? Probably. But it comes in a Kydex sheath. Nothing amazing. It's $10.95. It does have the Tops warranty. Tops does make good knives. It's just this one, you're going to go out and you're going to dig a hole with it. If you can get one without maybe trading for it or something, but I would not recommend buying this knife, especially for the cost it is now. Okay? You might like it. All this is subjective. Now, let's start comparing. This is the Spyderco Bushcraft. Okay. G10 handle, 01 tool steel blade. This knife is, I have to say, is probably the most comfortable knife I have. The way they designed the handle, it just fits like a handshake. G10 is impervious to chemicals, to weather, to heat. Within reason, if you put a blowtorch to it, I'm sure it'd melt. But just, you don't have to worry about salt water with it. You do the blade. 01 is high carbon steel. It is full tang. But with this knife, what you're basically paying for is the comfort and the blade steel. Okay? Now let's compare it to right now. I did not pay this. But right now, I have to say, I did not pay the price that it's going for now. What this knife is going for now is around $600 MRSP or MSRP. Now let's look at this. $600 knife right now, which I did not pay that for it, versus a $20 knife. Aside from material, this is high carbon steel. This is 01 high carbon steel. No one knows what Mora's high carbon steel is, but it's extremely good. But can you see $580 minus shipping and taxes different? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I sure can't. Okay. Even with the Condor, a $30 knife. Can you see the difference between this knife is $570 more than this knife? Can you see a difference? Even the blades look the same. G10 on this is extremely slippery, but it's comfortable. It's made to fit in your hand. This is micarta. When it gets wet, it gives you more traction. So now the fit and finish on this knife is a lot more than this knife or the other, or even the Mora. Okay? But they both come with leather sheaths. They're both almost identical in size and shape. Again, $570 more than this one. $30 knife, $600 knife. You be the judge. Now, again, that is not what I paid for the knife. But go to Spyderco's website, $599.99 MSRP. You know, my other expensive knife is a Bark River Bravo 1 with a ramp. Now, this is a convex edge geometry. That's what I was talking about before. On this knife, if this is a stick, this knife will just glance down it. You have to do more of an angle to get it to cut. Okay, this knife is exceptional at deboning. G10 handle, it's A2 tool steel. It's got an amazing warranty on it. It was designed by the USMC Recon on what they wanted in a knife. Now, the ramp here throws people off. If you see it's got a ramp, this is not for your thumb like this. This is a no-go. This is so you put your thumb that way, so when you're using the knife, you can direct pressure where you absolutely need it the most. Confusing, but that's why it's there. Okay, this knife will run you MSRP around $300. I did not spend that for this knife. I did not. But that's what the MSRP is on it. Okay, now let's compare. $20 Mora, $300 Bark River, and I did not pay that much for this. Sorry about that. Is one better than the other one? Material wise, yes. Warranty wise, yes. Cost wise, is there anything that this knife can do that this knife can't? Possibly. You might be able to baton with this knife in a safer way. Other than that, there's really no difference. So, what are you paying the extra money for? That's something you have to decide. If it's something you want, you like the aesthetics of, then go for it. If it's something that you just want, again, this knife will do everything this knife can without the extra cost. You do get a plastic sheath with this knife, and you get a leather one with this. At the end of the day, what do you spend is your business. No one can tell you yes or no. I'm just pointing out, especially between these two knives with leather sheaths and everything, you're basically buying the aesthetics. Okay? This knife is not worth more than this knife. Maybe a little bit more due to the quality of the steel that's in this knife, but not what they're asking. So at the end of the day, go forth, go outside, practice your skill set. Don't worry about what you're using. Don't worry about the cost of what you're using. It's about getting outside, learning, and growing together. Thank you. Hey, Kyra, I love you, baby.